Hello, fellow armchair generals. Tom here with yet another exciting Japanese episode in Hearts of Iron 3 using the Black Ice 10.43 modification. Where we left off, we're now pushing on the Chinese from all directions at this point here. We have a big operation here in the east that's pretty much taking the latter half, eastern half of China into account. Phase one was to rush down here along the river and cut off a wide swath of troops. Unfortunately, that did not turn out very well because we immediately ran into supply issues from the attacking province that got exasperated to the point where the attack just outright did not succeed swiftly enough. Every time we would win the battle here in this province, we were out of supply here, so we couldn't move into the province, and enemy troops were able to move in and just delay that movement. Command decision. I went ahead and started pushing in from the east, doing some dagger thrusts as well into various areas here. Just kind of cut off and push the Chinese units back. There's a bunch of troops here, as you can see. Half a dozen right there. We're just basically trying to push them over the river at this point here, and then be able we can then move in and hold the river ourselves. Kind of probably move down to this point, or even just go all the way down to Shantou is what the original result was of this was. We're killing these guys quite effectively. The I don't know how many troops we've got in here. Probably close to 100,000, with almost 900,000 enemy troops killed or captured for the most part in the couple of cauldrons that we have created. This should get us to about the million mark, I would think. The second phase of this operation here, we've got troops moving southward along this river, and for the most part, we're going to have that. We're going to move down pretty far, but we don't have enough forces to actually make it all the way down to, say, Hong Kong, for example. We'll probably be getting to, as you can see, ending up here to this river, and just kind of use this as a bit of an anchor, as it will. As we'll hold that. If need be, we can even kind of flex over somewhat and kind of shorten our line if need be. The idea, though, is to kind of hold this and let the Chinese troops that are escaping my wrath, that are moving westward, have them crash against this wall, and then these guys just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, link up with the wall that's here, and then just crush all the troops that are stuck in between there. That's the idea. We'll see how effectively that works. We're not really doing much movement on the north here because we're just holding this river here, which that's fine. But we are beginning to move from the west. My units that are here killed and captured Chinese units that were stuck behind the lines, didn't have any means of support whatsoever. So now I've tasked these guys to actually begin their movements eastward right now. Actually, I need to have him support the attack there. We need these results to be a little bit better. There's not all that many troops all total here. This 51%, for example, sure, I'll take some organizational hits, but we should be pushing. You can see some red dots here and some yellow dots. These are the victory point locations we still need to take. The Chinese, for the most part, they're about 2/3 of the way through to surrendering. They have, let's see, there's two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight total victory point locations, three of which are for the Gungsi Click. I can take probably three more um, Chinese victory point locations before I need to kind of stop and maybe surround the other two victory point locations. My plan is try to take these two and this one here, and then just surround these two victory point locations, and then focus solely on the Gungsi Click and get them captured. Main reason for that is if I take out China now and not the Gungsi Click ahead of time, they're just going to simply give up then. The battle will be over, and I can't do anything about them for a year or so. It will be under a non-aggression pact. So I want to take them out of the equation here before we take out China. So as such, we're making those moves over. And then from the south, kind of a very weak dagger, I would say at this point. I'm kind of disappointed with my Marines overall. They were doing very well with all the naval operations we had in the peninsula here, Shanghai. They actually they did very well for themselves. Fuzhou, another great area. But once we made our landing in Shantou, we could write some history book lessons on this, I guess. We held the area around Shantou, and then we eventually had to retreat off of there as the Chinese came in full force. They were knocking my Marines down to next to no org. So the amount of troops that I've got sitting here, and while it looks like an impressive 15, four of them are headquarter units, or five, or yeah, four of them are headquarter units, three Marines and one regular. The almost dozen units I have here, it's going to be a very weak dagger aimed at taking this victory point location away from the Kungsi Click, but I feel confident we will be able to do that with the forces we have arrayed. Just a matter of taking a couple of surrounding provinces, then moving on to the capital or the victory point location next. With that said, I'm just continuing my gameplay from before. I had saved the game off of the last ending point when I had taken a phone call and had to pause the game and the video momentarily. So going forward from here, let's see how well we do now. This is going to stay where it's at because we need to wait for my yeah, we need to wait for those guys to regain some of their org. But this now, that's looking better. We got several forces attacking there. And once he's able to move in, he will get to that province November 9th. Once he does, he'll be immediately able to attack. The battle may be over by then, though. You see, that number just going up and up and up. This is not looking too good because that's what we have attacking there. These guys, I think I see why. These guys need to support that attack. That doesn't even move the needle. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Snow and worst case scenario is happening now. We got snow coming in. If we check the weather real quick, I think I need to get a little bit closer. No, there we are. We can see there's rain in Southeast Asia. Move that out of the way. We got rain in Southeast Asia all around here. Little minor front coming through. That's not going to really affect operations. Really, not much going on as far as weather throughout my operational areas. So that's good news. Yeah. Yeah, that'll race eastward and make things a bit wet, but that's really it. We don't have to worry about snow just yet. If we were up north, I bet we would. Or Europe, maybe. Cloudy. Some snow up in Norway and along the Arctic. Kind of bring everybody back up to speed too in regards to what's been happening over the last 24 episodes here. The Spanish nationalists won their war against the communists, so we have Spanish Spain in existence here. Germany's taken Austria, Sudetenland, Czechoslovakia. Everything's going there as to be expected. Italy has taken Abyssinia fairly handily there as well. Pretty much historical in all regards here. I want to complete my Chinese operations, and I made a promise I would do so by the end of 1938. So I have exactly 60 days to make good on that promise here. We'll see if that happens. And then afterwards, we should get a decision to go ahead and declare on Tibet following the conquest of their Xinjiang. And I'm not sure what happens after that point. I've only ever gone after Tibet once and not pursued Xinjiang at all. My goal is to keep in war status the whole entire time through December 7th, 1941. I want to, well, I'd like to see zero consumer goods needed, but nonetheless, I would like to keep this going the way that it is right now because you can see how much an IC we got towards builds here. We're building everything that we want, which is good. Speaking of, let's get our reinforcements up a little bit. Supplies are taking a bit more of a hit than I really want. So let's get up to 54. That's far more than we really need for supplies, or should be needing, but we must be the convoying out and into the network. That's what really hit me. I think that 10,000 going into the network is, for whatever reasons, is doing a big number on me. Yeah, that should kind of even out here after a few days. Probably mid-November will be all green, and hopefully by the end of November we'll be over 50,000 supplies. We're okay. That's here. Good. New order. This is going through to the for a couple months. Okay. National revolt risk increases, but we gain resources, which we could use the rare materials and the supplies for that matter. And the IC. We get somebody that appears in province. We'll find out where that's at here. We'll take care of them. Small warship, fire control, 1937 tech. We'll keep going with that because we need our naval tech up. We stole Brigade HQ tech. It's now level 2. Got that from the US. Brigade HQ should be here. Yes, so it's this one here. Good. That this will be all automatically applied. It doesn't really help me except for the combined arms, and if the AI chooses a counterattack or ambush effect, but that's fine. Okay, that garrison unit will take care of them handily. Cool, there they are. Liang, we're pushing south to the river. Yeah, this second phase of the operation is going so much better than this first phase was going. Just I have to say. Real quick here. So this province is bordered by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can move everybody out of here to here. Then we'll leave that infantry unit behind and move south here. He's moving across. He will move in along with my Marines, and he will assist. Been very disappointed with these units that I got. There's 4 of them, these infantry regiments, or divisions, but they're comprised of an infantry regiment with a couple of extra brigades. I got 4 of them via historical event from Black Ice, and their initial usage in Fuzhou, I think that was, went very poorly. They didn't do as I was hoping. So right now they're kind of, I don't want to call them timeout. I have in some select areas, as you can see, they're not really doing as well as we need to move there. They're not doing as well as I would have hoped by this point here. So he's moving down. Actually, I would like to move more on this front here. I can't attack this city just yet. We got 1, 2, 3 provinces we can move. He needs to move here and then into here. Okay. And then he will support that attack. Okay. So that's that. From the south here, we're still moving our forces around. Those are my headquarter units. They'll just sit there. I think actually let's kind of spread you guys out a little bit here. I got 2 Marines here. Both need a rest and reorg. I've got a headquarter unit and a Marine here that's sitting here. That specialized light infantry needs to sit there and regain strength and organization. So we got a Marine that's moving here. That being the case, Marine is moving there. I'm going to have 3 of these guys attack north across the river, and 3 of these guys attack westward. From there, drop off a Marine. They'll attack across the river. What are we doing here? Much better here now. Yeah, can't do anything with that. We won there, so we're moving into that province. That's still not going too well. Not much I can do. I do have reinforcements coming. They'll be coming into the battle momentarily. These 2 guys are going to show up November 6th and 9th and immediately attack. That guy, he still is moving November 5th, and it'll probably be about mid-November before he gets there, and then if need be, he'll attack, but that battle should be over by then. These guys, we can go ahead and move 1 here, and the other will go there. Slowly, moving. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We will move specialized light infantry over there to get ready for a future attack. Everything else is looking good the way I have it all. Now that we're pouring into here, let me move him this way. Okay, and he can attack as well there. Sure, we'll attack. He really needs more rest and reorg, but let's speed this battle up a bit. And we'll have 1 guy that way and 1 guy that way. Okay. That should push these battles a bit further. So Fuzhou B or Fuzhou 2 or however you want to say, we're still pushing south in this phase 1 of this operation, pushing south along this river. That went well. We lost more casualties than they did, but okay. Industrial zone, 1939 tech. We're in 38, so I'll go and cancel that. Steel electro welding. We'll let that continue onward. We used that was one of the decisions very beginning of the game. I'm trying to remember what exactly that decision was for. It was either for the shipping or armor build or air. I don't know. One of them. Probably armor because of the fact it allows that. Um, we chose the welding. That's when it comes to that sort of research here. We're choosing the steel electro welding and just ignoring the steel armor casting. This is like an A or B type choice. I mean, you can research both as you can see, but you only need to research one or the other. Whichever one you focus on, that's the one you need to keep with. Ataki, we don't need to really gain anything more. I mean, I need to get more rare materials in Susaki would be nice. Um, but, we're going to say no for right now. War of the Worlds, land organization hit, descent change, all bad. I don't know why my troops get all scared about that, but okay, whatever. He can assist in that. Yeah, there we go. That makes that battle go a little bit easier. There were 12,000 troops there. They are now all killed, destroyed, and otherwise not going to be seen any longer. We need to move him down south to here now. These guys, they're going to move into here. And we're going to, I'm going to leave these militia behind. I need to start sending my militia. I've got so much open ground up here, and if a partisan or three were to start appearing, I would not be able to effectively take care of them, at least not swiftly enough. The rest of these units, once they're finished there, I'm going to have them head down south. This is all plains, some hills. Yeah, further north in you go is hills, forest and plains around that lake here. But this is all, once you get past this city, this is all plains through here. I want my faster units to get down into this area here. They're going to get down. So we'll have them switch on down to here. We will then drop off those guys, and they will then move down to here. They'll engage in some operations southward here. Otherwise, yeah. Oh well. Otherwise, we're doing what we're doing there. View from space looking so much better. Originally, we had like a large area here that I was hoping that I'd move down along the river and link up with my Marines around Shantou. That I was hoping to capture a whole bunch of troops, but that was a bit more than I could potentially do. Who is that? A liner, passenger liner. Okay. They had, well, we're still going to be. Looks like there's a Marine still remaining there, but that's almost 70,000 troops that got captured there. So yeah, we almost got to our million mark at this point now in captured and destroyed troops. Fuzhou B, they attacked me there. We fought him back. Liang, they attacked me there. Fought him back. Xianing, they attacked me there. Fought him back. And Xinyu, we actually were able to move or win the battle there. We move into it next. Progressing good. Progressing good. Reinforcements, yeah, we can kick that down. That's going down by 0.05 a day. Yeah, less than 100 days. All that will be gone. We'll see if something else happens to kind of lower some dissent, though, for us. Xinyu. Okay. I have my air power assigned appropriately, attacking into the areas that they can reach and attack. I could probably make kind of arrange my air power a little bit better, move them to different more forward bases. But I think at this point, I'm just going to leave things the way they are until the end of the war. Industrial production, That's 38 tech, current tech. We'll go ahead and let that ride. Lose a little bit of IC efficiency, but gain so much more. You see, you're up to 242 now. That's so good. Formation of 12th Army. That unit is here. It's a headquarter unit. We don't lose any. We don't get a spawn penalty for them at all. They need to get assigned to that. Yeah. And we'll move them out to the hinterlands. They're actually pretty decent. I mean, for headquarter unit, they can hunt down partisans, rebels that appear in the middle of nowhere. I see we're having supply problems again. I got my supply, my transport planes dropping off supplies here to this province, and hoping that it'll then filter supplies thither and yon. We'll see. We will leave him behind, and they can move further south that way. These guys will have him assist, and oops, he's going to join in the attack, and of course he's attacking, Marines attacking. We'll cancel that spoiling maneuver. Yep, that dropped. That increased though because we're moving in where we are. Cheng Zhao moving. This phase is doing so much better. This phase 2 is doing so much better than the phase 1 in the east. Speaking of directions and distance and whatnot, this will be wrapping up fairly soon. We'll have them support the attack to kind of help push it a little bit more. Oh, we're not attacking that province. We're attacking that province. These guys are going here and then that way. 15th and 13th. So next week they'll arrive here and immediately start attacking. We need to pull that off because that's the only unit that I've got there. He needs to attack in here because that's the battle for here. All these guys, he gave up the ghost. All these guys are coming down. And I got reinforcements that are coming in soon, very soon. These guys tomorrow, a couple days, and this battle will start looking much better. Okay. Naishan. I guess I was getting attacked there from probably this province, but they gave up on that. Cheng Zhao again pushing on that river. They're doing very, very well. I got 2 units here. Let's go ahead and have this guy attack here. He will join in and push this way. Actually, he'll go that way. The Jade will actually go that way. Yeah. This way, create a line like such. Cut these guys off. I may or may not push on this victory point location here. I may just hold it, surround it, and just hold it. Because again, I want to take Gungsi Click, leave China alive long enough so we can get Gungsi Click conquered. Yeah, we won that quite handily. Conscripts. Anytime I see conscripts, I know I can attack and win. They never ever. I'm not sure if that's a fault with the mod itself that conscripts. I mean, you saw there's almost 12,000 troops here, but for whatever reason, anytime I take conscripts, or if there's a battle with conscripts in it, the conscripts are in the bottom in reserves always. And if I attack a province that has solely conscripts in it, they immediately retreat. I don't understand their purpose. If it's more of like a role play kind of thing, that these are units that have obviously 1 out of 10 guys has a rifle, for example. Okay, I can kind of see that, but I would think that if that these would actually have some sort of oomph behind them, but they just don't. We defeated the Chinese nationalists that appeared there. Industrial efficiency advance. This is 30 tech. The production and efficiency, you can see here, they're mirrors themselves, sort of, kind of. The next industrial production that I'm researching is 17.5% IC and minus 2.5% efficiency. The industrial efficiency is minus 5 IC and plus 10% IC efficiency. So the net, once you have both of these researched, the net will be 12.5% IC and 7.5% efficiency bonus. So research these two together, which I think you can only start researching industrial production once you're at war. I could be wrong on that. I thought I saw an event or something came up once I was at war. It said, okay, now you can research industrial production, or maybe it was industrial efficiency. Um, but I try to research both these together since the benefits that they each give outweigh the penalties the other gives in such a way that you actually get a bonus on both. GN, we're still pushing along the river. We won. We lost the battle there. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because I pulled out, and unfortunately, the way they're attacking me, this guy just he ran out of steam. He has no organization to speak of. But I have units coming in, so anybody he's moving in here is going to get attacked and then pushed out. And then I'll follow up the attack with or that attack on this province here. I'll then follow up with the attack on the province they retreat to. This is a fun game. I like to I like to play it. We'll leave everything there the way it is. So we probably have too many reinforcements. Yep, that's the case. We're now positives in supplies. 101 for today. Let's wait until tomorrow and see what that is. Negative 182. So it was a net loss of about 80. Um, well, let's bring us up to 64 then. Yeah, 65, sure. How much more of a net loss will that be? I actually won't know for a few days. Leave that alone. GN, they attacked me. We won. The AI does like to, oh, hey, Manchuria, attacking in provinces I really don't need you attacking. But in all fairness, I have told Manchukuo, I want you to move here and here. So they're making strides to do just that. Okay, I'll accept that. Yeah, forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, they can do that somewhere around there. We won the battle. Yeah, I do this. I put the allied objectives on there on all the victory point provinces just as a visual reminder for myself. So when I make my attacks, I know, attacking through the southward here, I know, yeah, that's my ultimate goal. I ultimately want to get to this city here and take it. Um, attacking where I'm attacking here, yeah, I know that I need to go here and push, to these areas. But it sometimes has some unintended consequences where your ally will actually do as you're telling him to do and move into that area. Do I have? Yeah, everybody is now there. They can actually support the attack. That'll be completed fairly quickly. Cruiser heavy anti-air. That's 39 tech. It's not urgent tech, so therefore, since it's 39, I'll go ahead and cancel it. HE ammunition, it's 38 tech. We'll go ahead and let that ride. We're down to 45 research projects currently. 88% officer ratio. We're looking much better. Need 16,000 more officers. Isn't there a officer recruitment program? Yeah. The first level gets me 10,000 officers. That's 39 tech. Let's do it. We're up to 46 now. Let's do it. It being a year in advance, there's no penalty. Normally, you see there's not a red mark to indicate as such that I'm so far ahead in my research. You can research tech up to a year ahead of whatever the current year is. So since the officers are 1939 tech and it's 1938, we can research it with no penalty. If I were to research, say, a infantry support weapons, 1940 tech, red mark pops up here, inefficient research, 2 years ahead in research. That penalty they receive, I believe, is it increases the amount of time required to research it by 50%. So where it would normally be done, sometime in 1940. So in this case here, say within 16 months, for example, it now takes 24 months to complete it. Just an example, not the actual specifics. And I believe that's how it works. I could be incorrect. It may actually be like each research project requires so many research points spent on it for a period of time or something like that. Um, that may be more how it works. But in any event, until you reach, like in this case here, researching the infantry support weapons, once you reach 1939, which is just a month and a half away, then that penalty goes away and it drops, that penalty just drops off entirely. So whatever you've kind of spent into it, um, uh, works. It doesn't, you don't lose that. But instead of spending, like, say, 2 months research, you only spent 1 month research into it, for example. There may be harsher penalties for years further in advance, and let me see if I have any tech that's well in advance of that. Not really. Um, yeah, not even secret tech. Good grief. Any, like, future carrier tech, battleship tech, maybe? There's got to be something that's like so far in advance that Oh, 1941. That may not be a good example. 3 years in advance is all it says, which actually have some points into it. So hey, there may be. I could be wrong on that. It may be just that you just received that penalty, and that penalty is applied until you finally get to that 1 year above kind of type deal. We'll see here. Oh, hey, we have some partisans. Okay, let's take a look. Long range view. So going from the north, we'll move him in there. Over here, which is a better, that guy's better. Over here. Hey, why are you guys just sitting there doing nothing? I'll send him. And these two guys, they need to come all the way south here. He's sitting around doing nothing. He needs to come south as well. These guys, I need to kind of spread them out a little bit. These partisans popping up is why my initial goal for these militia were to have them defend my rear territories, which they've done a pretty good job of that overall. It's just that my rear territories have been moving steadily southward. So, oh, there's a partisan there, but I think it looks like he might be moving there. He may be. Do I have somebody over here? No, I don't have anybody. You know what? We don't care. We don't care. Where this is at, it's in deep mountains. I don't know how fast partisans can move, but it can't be 10 kilometers per hour. I really doubt that. It'll take. You saw how long it took my cavalry to move from over here down to here, and actually that cav, the cav units are actually all the way over there finally. Months it took to move their way over. We had Zibi-San-Ma taken in the spring, early spring, mid spring, I think, and we eventually finally moved them about early summer or so. So it's taken them months to move around. For this partisan to jump out, and start moving into any, my territories here, causing havoc, the war here will be over. I don't care. This battle is going kind of eh. Yeah, we won that one. Can we? So we got some. Yeah, we got some units that are good to go here. How about these guys? I'm going to leave these two here as a blocking force. If this province gets attacked by all of these guys, I'll move a Marine up. I'll move one of these Marines up. They're still resting and refitting anyway. We've got the headquarter unit, unfortunately. That headquarter unit, let's move him back out. He will die pretty quickly if we get attacked. That Marine unit can hold its own pretty much. Unless everybody attacks, then I can move one up to support. We're looking good otherwise here. I want to be across this river before I attack this victory point location. But you know what? Let us take advantage of the situation here. We're going to have him kind of go up and do that. We're going to have him attack anyway. Support. Oh, that's right. He was going to support across the river. That way we can kind of pin these units in place, and no more reinforcements will come there. This will be wrapping up pretty quickly. That militia is about to die, as is that fascist volunteer militia. That militia won't be lasting too much longer. 31% organization is nothing, or 31 organization I should say is nothing. Okay, that's finally looking much better. Once there, then I intend to move here and support the attack. Again, gradual eastward move to get to this victory point. These guys are moving in, and will actually be there today and the next 2 days. The next 2 days will be there. Cool. He is supporting. This battle is looking better. You know what? We'll have him support. Really, it's not going to move the needle much, but a little bit of some extra oomph there won't really hurt. Oh yeah, you know what? He kind of needs to come down. I totally forgot. I need to move. I need to move my army headquarters units towards the front as well, because they are they provide supply and support to the core headquarters units. And the core headquarters units not getting any supply or support, then their attendant divisions aren't going to get any supply and support. Okay. It's starting to look a bit better overall, so good. Yeah, everything else is the way it is. At some point here, probably very, very soon, I want to start filling up my production queue with naval ships I want to build. But I think we're going to wait till after China is conquered, because then at that point, the amount of IC we'll have will kind of settle. It'll probably settle down because all the IC we have is thanks to the territories or areas we've conquered that has IC. But we'll gain control of the coastal areas and all its IC that it has. But I think the overall IC will kind of settle down some. And while we'll progress with operations in Tibet, things will kind of normalize a bit more. For one, our descent should be lowered enough that we can drop 15 or 13 points of IC from consumer goods back into production. The amount of reinforcements we'll need will kind of stabilize, decrease some. The amount of supplies that we'll need will decrease and stabilize. So I'll wait till the start of the year before I make any moves in the production queue. Looking really good. That's 49% here. They attacked me incoming. All right. That's probably somebody from melee, I'd have to imagine. What was I thinking? Oh, yes. This is at 49%. I only have 2 units attacking. And they're going to kind of move that way. Let us have these 2 units also assist. Support that attack. That improves those odds. Good. Everybody here is kind of moving the way they need to. Let's have him support that attack. There we go. I will have one of these militia units move into here and just we'll hold that territory. It's across the river. That's really nice. Yay. I think that's good. You know what? We're ready. Let's go ahead and begin. This was going to be my third phase, or next operation, if you will. Once I had moved along this river here, all the way down to Shantou, and moved to where I was getting to here, and then consolidate all this territory. This would have then been my next operational phase, but I think I'm just going to start it off now. My earlier promise to complete the war by end of 1938 may force me to do things I'm going to regret, but I feel I have enough forces arrayed here across the river that we can begin to take some of these provinces, and with Manchuria having moved across the river, that can help matters quite a bit. I'm not going to move against this province because that's a lot of units in there. Those are all garrison units. They've got to be. But we're pushing across this river here as well, so we're going to kind of squeeze this operational area down. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move across the river there. I'll have one guy move in here, one guy move in there. Those both guys will move there. These guys will move there, and they all will support that attack over here. Okay. He's coming down. Yeah. Okay. We can tick off that so we can just keep it. There's a lot. You see, tons and tons of battles. Dozen half battles occurring. Several of them are partisan battles, enemy partisans, but we got 1, 2, 3 partisan battles still remaining. That partisan's beginning to, it looks like he wants to move down here. He's kind of vacillating back and forth. It's like he moves and is like, oh no, it'll take 2 months to move there, but let's move anyway. No, I don't want to move there. Oh, yeah, he's heavily confused. Okay. Oh, another round of uprising. Oh, noes. Sonia. Okay, those are partisans there we took out. We got 3 battles that are occurring. We got units up around here that are needing some attack, some attention. Okay, so that's those 3. That one's already ongoing. He will assist, so we can go and get that completed. So let's have the 108th attack and then come back. So that's all of these. They're reducing that. This military place can go there and then go back to Wenzhou. We're already attacking there. I'll have him attack at Putian and then come back. Yeah, that's what we'll do. These 2 guys will support that attack and just kill that partisan. Okay, so we've got all the attacks going that we need to. And that partisan's just kind of going back and forth. Hey, there's a plane, some bombers. The Chinese have an air force. I've known they've had an air force. They start the game with some air units. Those are probably interceptors there, but they're level 0. I guess if it could be considered at level 0. They're not all that great. All these guys are attacking and are supporting across the river. That should be finishing up fairly soon. They're attacking me here, and as I anticipated, we're now going to move. Who's my best? 57, 60. We're going to move him into that cauldron. And we'll hold out. I was having them move southward to Zhuan. I'm not going to retreat them at this point in time. I'll have them hold out because that will provide a little bit of support. Nothing much really. Reinforcements need to lessen a bit here. Supplies are looking much better now. Cool. Kill the partisans. That's the name of the game right now. We're killing them all. Attacking every single province that they jumped into, pretty much. Why does it look like you're retreating? You should not be able to retreat. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, they're retreating. How is that possible? Okay. We'll move in that same area that you're moving. Let's see how we're doing here now. He needs to come on down. More southward region. All these guys are moving here. Yep, moving quite handily. We are holding there. I should still have supplies coming here, but looks like because Manchurians are moving through my zone here, they're eating away my supply. Actually, you know what? We're just going to sit here. We don't need to move off the line into that. Same with him. He doesn't need to move into that area. He can move into it though. It ultimately won't matter because once we conquer China, these areas will convert over to my control, I believe. Even if not, like these central areas, they'll be going to my Chinese puppet. Oh, I was going to take a quick look, make sure that we're going okay here. Yeah, this guy, he'll be getting crushed very soon. We're sliding on by. So let's begin the next round here. I am going to attack with these 2 units here. And these 2 units are going to go attack there. Festival will join in and move further that way. He's getting beat up pretty bad because there's a bunch of units around there, but that's okay. We're waiting to get some reinforcements around here. Alrighty. I'm sensing the game, my speed, my cadence of playing these videos is kind of slowing down a little bit. And that's because a lot of the choices that need to be made, tactical and overall strategic choices. So I do apologize to everyone. We are reaching the 45-minute mark for this particular video, and I think we're going to go ahead and save here. Once I reach the 20th, I'll advance it a few more hours, and I'll save the game. We won the battle here, kicking them out. Yay. But I do appreciate everybody tagging along with me here in this great adventure. Troops of the that was probably the leader unit that was here. A bit high? Yeah, that was that leader unit there. I was not paying attention. Yep, there he is. We'll board the ship and get sent down here for rest and recuperation. We'll send him up there, that Marine unit up there, and that Marine unit will come up here as well. So we've got 2 Marine units here. He's, as I was afeared of, all four of these provinces looks like they're attacking me here because there's 8 units total, or 7 units total involved in the battle, and there's 7 units all here. So everybody's involved attacking my Marines. I don't know how well I'm going to hold out per se, but once this battle is done, we moved across the river. We'll then attack here, but it looks like we're going to win that anyway. I can also then have my Marines perform a spoiling attack from this province to here, and that will once the across the river fighting is done here, and that should negate that. So not terribly worried, but I got to keep a close eye. Worst case scenario as well, I'll move my other Marine unit up in there. And I got the one headquarters unit moving here. He could hold this by himself since all these units are the one involved in fighting here. If these guys pull off the attack to then attack my Marine headquarters unit there, that makes that attack that much worse for the Chinese. Okay, Battle of Nanning. Yep, we won that. Chen Zhao. Pushing, and Kaiyuan. That was a very tough victory here, but glad to see it because once this guy moves in, he'll then support the attack on this province from this specialized infantry unit, or well, this infantry unit, I should say. This I consider one of my specialized light infantry units. They've got the light armor and motorized infantry battalions attached to them. The regular guys here, they get pack artillery and mixed support, while we use full-on regular support and recon cav, so we can kind of see what's out there. Plus, also truck transport, so they move a little bit quicker. All right, pressing forward. So they want to buy my supplies. Sure thing. We won at Zhanwei, so we're pushing eastward from here on the west. We won Linzhou. We're pushing southward here. We're not going to make it too far. We'll make it to this province, I think, to the tailing edge of that river. But that's good enough for right now. I have units racing down south here that are going to. We keep pushing here, pushing them back to the point where we can go ahead and then thrust and link up with this second wall, thereby cutting off all of these units up here. Let's have him support the attack. And he can also support the attack from across the river. That'll look better. With that, I will go ahead and save the game. Thank everybody for watching. Please provide any comments, questions you may have at the very bottom. I'll be happy to read them, answer them as you see fit there and as I see fit. But otherwise, thank you guys for viewing this latest episode, and I'll see you next one. Take care.